You're listening to Rocket Night.
Are you ready? Tonight I'm gonna take you on a little trip. We're going down south by the mighty Mississippi. I'm gonna take you to a place where lights never dim. Bring your mother, your brother, and your best friend. I'm gonna show you where they dance out in the street. They'll tell you all about your body heat. I'm not gonna talk about it, just gonna do it. Get on down, if you feel up good, get on down.
It's David Lucas with Rocket Night Magazine. I'm here with Austin Ingerman of Gunshine. How you doing, Austin?
I'm great, David. Thanks for having me on.
Great. It's you know, you and I we talked just a little bit, and I told you, I'm really loving the music you guys are putting out. Can you tell us a little bit about Gunshine and who you are?
Yeah, so Gunshine is a project that, honestly, I've wanted to get off the ground for years, but it just took me a while to kind of finally get the right pieces in place. Me and the drummer, James Renshaw, we've actually known each other for many years, probably like 5 or 6 years now. We've jammed together for a while. We've done some like instrumental kind of music together and stuff like that. And I've always wanted to put this project together because I've had a lot of these song ideas and riffs in my head, and putting them together on my computer. And in the meantime, we were searching for singers, that would really fit for this project. But, as you can imagine, singers, when you're trying to find a singer that's really good, especially that has all the things that you're, sort of looking for, like, does he have the look? Is he cool to hang out with? Obviously, can he sing? All these things. It's just, it can be really challenging to find that. So, over the years, we kept trying different singers, and then I toured with another band called New Year's Day in the meantime, and then I came off tour from with New Year's Day because of the COVID stuff, and it kind of put me back in my hometown of Pensacola, because at the time I was living out in LA. But after COVID, I went back to my hometown, Pensacola, Florida, and that's where Jordan's from, our singer in Gunshine. So that's we had somebody come up at a bar one night and was basically like, "Hey man, you guys said to me, he's like, you need to message Jordan and get him to put some vocals on what you're doing. I really think he'd be a fit." And sure enough, I kind of thought best case scenario he would come over and just put some vocals on one song or whatever, and I would have to use different singers and that kind of thing. But he came over and just absolutely killed it, and we had a great chemistry, and was basically like, "All right, man, when we going on tour?" So it was it all kind of came together in April of 2021 is when we first started writing the record together.
And your lyrics, your music, you guys, who does your writing for you? Do you do your own writing, or is it kind of like a whole band group effort?
Absolutely. We definitely write everything ourselves. This record was, so Jordan and I did a lot of the writing together. We collaborated a lot. But this record was me, Jordan, and James on drums. But before we even met Jordan, James and I would jam. We would do some of the arrangements. And then, after Jordan came into the picture, he would come a lot. He would come over to the house a lot. He'd come over like every Tuesday, and we were writing like a song a day, and some of the songs I had already had the music to already written, and then him and I would collaborate together on the vocals, so a lot of the times, one thing I'm really big on is melody, so I'll write like a lot of the vocal melodies, and his specialty is really lyrics. So, we have a good combination, I guess, with that. But it was collaborative for sure,
Right. Is this the first time that all of you have played together? I mean, you hadn't done anything in the past together or anything? This was like first time meeting, knew it was going to, work?
First time as all four of us. Right. We actually met Pat after our bass player. We met him after we recorded the record. So Chris Collier,
okay.
We recorded the album in Las Vegas. So Chris Collier, our producer engineer, who does like White Snake, he's doing Mick Mars's new album, Korn. He's an absolutely just phenomenal engineer and producer. So he actually is the one that played bass on this record, because we had met Pat after the recording process for this album.
Oh, okay.
But we had not played. So other than what I mentioned earlier with me and the drummer James, we had played together and done some other things together, like some instrumental music and things like that. But this was the first time we all played together, I guess all four of us as a group.
Oh, okay, great. Yeah, you hear some bands, like in the past they had, gotten together, did a little piece here, a little piece there. So,
Right.
And
totally.
the name Gunshine, who came up with that? Where did that come from?
Yes, that was actually me. I was just Googling, we were all racking our brains trying to come up with different band names. And, I was just having a thought one day, like, we need to be proud of the fact that, we're from Florida and we wanted to show that off. The music's got that, I call it like the swamp rock, it's kind of got that it's got that nastiness to it. Like you can hear the Florida sound in the music, and it's different than the LA stuff, you know what I mean? So I was like, just thinking, we need to find something that maybe reflects that in some way, because there's so many bands that's from LA or something like that. But, so I was just Googling like different Florida terminology, different Florida terms, and something on Google said, sometimes Florida is known as the Gunshine State because it's shaped like a gun or whatever, and I just saw that and I was like, oh, that'd actually be a pretty good band name, Gunshine, so I just thought that was cool. Because I always like one word band names that are short, easy, simple.
Right, easy to remember.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Yeah. Well, I guess that gives it away that I'm not a Florida native. But yeah, now that you mentioned that, and I'm picturing it in my head, I see it. I really do.
Yeah. Not a lot of people really realize that that's really what that means. A lot of people do ask me like, oh, what is that? What is Gunshine? But yeah, it's because Florida's known as the Sunshine State, so it's kind of like a play on words, like the Gunshine State, I guess.
Right. I like it. I really do.
Yeah, appreciate it, man.
And the songs that you guys are doing, what gives you like the inspiration for those songs? Are any of them like tell a story of any certain band member or yourself, or where do you get the inspiration to write?
Do you mean like lyrically?
Lyrically, yes.
Lyrically, okay. So a big part of it is really just, I remember Jordan when he first came over for the first writing session. Wall Said to Call was the very first song we did together, and he was asking me, he's like, well, what are you kind of thinking on lyrics or whatever? Like, what are you feeling? And I was like, man, I'm just tired of all the depressing rock stuff, that's kind of going around right now. And Gunshine is all about trying to bring the party, bring the fun back to rock and roll, and that was something we're really big on. Especially on this album, we wanted it to be that record that you could put on in a bar, playing pool, with your friends, and it sounds good, and everybody's having a good time. And so lyrically, the big theme of the album, really, a lot of the songs are just that. I mean, feel good, rock and roll kind of songs. Like we have a song, Feel Alright, the opening line, nothing gonna kill my vibe because it feels so good to feel alright. Just a lot of, nothing too complicated, just lighthearted, fun. Just rock and roll kind of stuff,
Right. Did any of yours or the band's influences help with the writing, or anybody you thought back on?
Yeah, I mean, like musically, I'm really big. I'm big on Boston and even stuff like Duran Duran and some of the very melodic, even some of the poppier kind of thing, stuff. Anything that's got that big melodic, catchy chorus, but then with like the grit and the attitude of like AC/DC, Guns N' Roses. Yeah, so that's kind of our thing. Is we try to be melodic, but with also with that like sort of the swagginess and the edginess, I guess you would say. So yeah, but Jordan, our singer, he's a really big AC/DC fan. So I would say, for him, that's definitely going to be an influence.
All right, and you've got a new single coming out?
Yeah, we just released our last single before we dropped the entire record. So we just released a song called Loud, which was our 5th single, and then we're going to put out the entire record June 24th, and it's a 10-song album, so there's 5 tracks that haven't been released yet, and we've put out 5 so far. So yeah, we're stoked about that.
All right, you mentioned that Wall Said the Call was the first song you wrote. Was that a first single also, or was that just the first song that you wrote?
Both. Yeah, it was the first single we put out, and it was the first song Jordan and I wrote together. So.
All right. I see you guys are doing. You got a couple dates coming up with Buck Cherry. You looking forward to that? You excited?
Oh, we're super stoked too, and it'll be kind of some hometown shows for us. Got a lot of family down in Orlando, and so it'll be cool. I have a lot of family and friends out, and it's really such a fitting bill for us too, because I feel like Buck Cherry and Gunshine just go well together with what we try to get across. People having a good time, just feel good rock and roll. So yeah, we're stoked about it.
That's great. I'm actually going to be at the Orlando show, so I'm really looking forward to it myself also.
Yeah, we can't wait. It's going to be awesome.
All right, so after Buck Cherry, you got any other dates coming up?
Yeah, so we actually got a date just before that Buck Cherry run. It's going to be June 30th. We're doing kind of our record release party. The record comes out the 24th, and then the 30th we have a headline show at Club LA in Destin, Florida. And yeah, we're going to play our entire debut record in its entirety, so we're really excited about that. And it'll be hometown show for us up in the Panhandle, so yeah, it should be a great time.
Is there anything else that you wanted to let everyone know about?
So you can check out our website, gunshineband.com, and just keep up with us. We're going to be putting out, of course, like I said, our record comes out end of the month in June, and then we're going to keep getting added to shows coming up, and then just stay tuned. We got a lot going on, and this is only the beginning, so just getting started.
That's great. Well, I really appreciate you taking the time to talk with us, and really looking forward to seeing you guys. Like I said, I'll be at the Orlando show. Hopefully I get to meet you guys there also.
Yeah, let us know. Yeah, we'll definitely come hang. It'd be great to meet you.
All right. Well, I appreciate it, and it was great talking to you.
Yeah, David, thank you so much.
You're listening to Rock at Night.
The introductory song, Get On Down, is from blues artist Billy Bass Alford. Look for his music at ReverbNation.com.